You know you made the Oscars?
I heard about that. It said the Knicks made the Oscars, huh?
Yeah, Samuel Jackson was on stage about to give an award to Spike Lee, and he said the Knicks, after losing 18 straight home losses, 18 straight home games, they finally won a game, Spike. And Spike goes, "We're trying to tank." What do you make of that?
No comment on that part, but it's nice to hear our names being mentioned, and congratulations to Spike. Long overdue for him to stand on that stage.
What was a chance to meet Spike and
Yes.
talk to him?
Yes, he's been awesome.
I mean, just at the arena and stuff?
Yeah, and outside of the arena. Yeah,
Being supportive of
extremely. We actually exchanged texts last night.
You've talked about how young guys have responded in practice, but coming off of some success last night, how much do you think they needed that juice to come here now?
Absolutely, they needed it, but I think you guys have been coming to here enough all year. The vibe is still the same. You know, they don't. That's what I like about them. They're not gonna get too high about winning, and they're not gonna get too low about losing.
How much has Dennis changed your offense?
Yeah, I mean, it's just his explosiveness, his pace, his ability to touch the paint. He had 20 paint touches last night. That's an extremely high number. No matter who you're playing against, no matter what player is doing it, 20 paint touches is a lot. And so, yeah, I've had to really make sure that we're getting the proper spacing around him, trying to give him as much room as possible so he can operate and do what he does best.
How have Mitchell been able to cut down on the fouls?
You know, just a lot of film work and work out here, you know, and our team challenges them all the time. They try to do stuff like, you know, the James Harden, you know, sweep the ball into the arms and all of that stuff over and over and over again just to get him to understand if I keep my hands out, I got a chance to block everything. And one thing about Mitchell, he's a fast learner, and he's really applying this stuff.
We always talk about the development of the young guys. Can you talk about the development of Dot and what he's been able to do?
Yeah, he's. I would say, you know, he's becoming more than just a shooter. You know, he gets to the rim, he finishes around the basket. Obviously, his ball handling has improved. Defensively, he's gotten so much better, and like I said before, he really goes after rebounds, and I like that.
I think Dennis mentioned that after he didn't play in the fourth quarter the other night, you may have had a conversation with him about stuff. What was the biggest message?
The biggest message was to him his conditioning level. I challenged him to get in much better shape. I felt like the game before he was making a lot of mistakes out of fatigue. And so that was my big challenge to him. And, you know, from a program standpoint of how we do things here, we really want to jumpstart him on educating him about his nutrition and what he's putting in his body, how we go about getting in better shape at this time of the year so that we don't crush his legs. And at the same time, how's he sleeping? And so we had a good long talk about that, and I spent a lot of time with him just trying to educate him on the importance of all of this stuff. You know, and he really took it to heart, and he jumped right into doing extra conditioning. You know, he sat down with our nutritionist yesterday for a long time. They're going grocery shopping, I think, today together. So that's a good thing. And, you know, I think he really wants to take his whole deal to another level, and he understood where I was coming from.
Did you notice, I don't know, you said you may have watched the dunk contest when you were away.
I didn't watch it.
You didn't?
No, I didn't watch
You
it.
didn't watch the tape because it looked like you did get a little tired.
Yeah, because you keep missing all those dunks. That's what happens. You know, I had to tease him. I've been lucky enough to coach former champions, so I feel like I can bust him a little bit, you know. But you know, I was just proud of his effort and hope that he got something great out of the weekend.
He mentioned at All-Star Weekend he's a fan of Bojangles. I guess that's out of the picture.
Got to cut out Bojangles. That's part of that nutrition talk that we gotta. But you know, again, these guys are, you know, they're all kids, and the first thing we ask them where you want to go eat, they all say McDonald's. You know, and then you start saying, well, this is why you don't want to eat that, and you kind of go down and we don't do the, you don't eat that. We don't. This generation doesn't hear that. You got to break down the why to them, and so we break down the why to him, and I really think he understood where I was coming from because he wants to be a hell of a player in this league.
How pleased were you that, you know, you get that performance from, you know, Dennis, but yet Moutier comes off the bench and gives you what he gave?
Yeah, that was great, and you know, I really feel like Mud has had a really good year all year. You know, from where he was to now, I'm really proud of the strides he's made, especially with his shooting. And, you know, to have both of them perform in a game, that really gives us a really nice 1-2 punch.
You mentioned after you guys drafted them, so you saw some hype from Pella in him.
Mitchell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still see that?
Well, the way he's going up and catching those lobs, I think that's the part that I think is really Capellas. The way he protects the rim, the way he runs. I see a lot of that stuff, in Mitchell, and he's showing it. And now he's starting to really go rebound the ball out of his area, which is something that I've been really stressing to him.
Did Frank? I know you say you don't like to predict when they're coming back. Did he have a little setback in one of his running things?
No, I don't think so. No, I just think it's one of those injuries that's just been a slow healing injury. Just like I said, especially for Frank, a guy that plays in the stance, that's always, having to go side to side. That growing area is a real tender area, and the fact that he strained it the way he did, I think, it's just going to be a slow process getting him back.
I mean, do you envision having to juggle 3 nice young point guards like that?
Maybe, yeah. Or just getting them out there together. You see how I'll put them all out there together. And that was the good part for Frank is I've played him in so many different positions that he knows every bit of our offense. He understands our defense from all the places. So he's much more adaptable than the other 2 guys because he's done all of those positions. I even played him at power forward a little bit, this year against Brooklyn. So, Frank knows everything we're doing inside and out.
All right. Thanks, guys. Sorry. The idea of him starting it, is that
slowly creeping, as he's got to keep showing me that he can, because even last night he got 2 quick ones.
Yeah.
But that's where bringing him off the bench, I didn't feel like I had to take him out because it's like, okay, let me just let him play till his third. And, to his credit, he really defended well without fouling with 2 fouls. And that's the trust I want him to earn.